We have a great concert lined up in November, January, February, and then we're going to close out our series in May. The November concert will include an all-star Living Legends concert that will feature San Diego's own Charles McPherson along with Mike Wofford, and then also the Henry the Skipper Franklin, Roy McCurdy, the great Tom Scott, Barbara Morrison, Marshall Hawkins, and it's going to be a great night of music, and we'll have the Young Lions open up for them that night. I'm putting together an all-star Young Lions group comprised of the best high school musicians here in the county. So when you say the symphony, are you guys converging together? Well, it's actually a part of the no, the symphony, the actual orchestra is not a part of the series. This is just all jazz. So if you can imagine Norman Granz Presents in the year 2015, that's exactly what we're trying to do here. And I'm just thrilled. You know, we're bringing Diane Reeves out in January, actually February, and then in May we're bringing out Gregory Porter, who spent a lot of time here. All right. So I mean, it's a great lineup, and the tickets are very reasonable. So look it up on their website. Since I'm on the same sentence here about the Young Lions have a new home as well, and they perform every Wednesday night at Panama 66. Tonight, every Wednesday from 6 to 8. It's a family-friendly event. No cover charge, no food, drink minimum, and the best part about it is that it's being co-sponsored by the San Diego Museum. So they're adding it as being a part of their educational component. So we're thrilled to be a part of the Balboa Park. So are you hearing what this young man is doing? Not only playing his great trumpet and getting his musician chops down as he does each and every day, but also giving our community a chance to hear some great music and jazz, and bringing on young people to hear jazz. And you also teach in schools, and you bring jazz projects to elementary schools, stuff like that. Correct. So, you're doing a lot of stuff, man. Well, it's important, Ron. For me, you have to have all the burners on the stove going. When it comes to music, it's really important to keep our classical music alive, our heritage jazz. And the most important thing to me is to really educate the youth about it and make sure that they continue to pass it on to the next generations, and just to teach them how to love and appreciate this music, and show respect for it as well. And I'm just really pleased to be a part of the community here, and I'm really proud of San Diego, to be honest, because so much has changed in the last few years. I mean, we've become a real city, from many aspects, and I'm just like completely humbled to be a part of that. And I think that we do have a thriving jazz community here. Not just saying that, I really believe that we have that now, is a jazz community. We do. We have many venues to perform in. We have great programs for kids now. As a matter of fact, there's another program called the International Academy of Jazz, which is an after-school program. It's a nonprofit program that we offer to kids from the age groups from 8 to 18, and that takes place every Saturday. And I'm the artistic director for that, so I get to work with these kids every Saturday. So for me, it's just a joy to be there and to teach them about jazz, and to really pass the baton down to the next generation. Right. I think that you learned this early on because somebody, tapped you on the shoulder and mentored you into education of music, and that was Dizzy Gillespie. That's correct. A lot of people don't know that he, mentored you into, a scholarship. You were telling me. Yeah. Well, years ago, he was responsible for getting me a scholarship to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and I got to play with him for 2 years with the Monterey High School All-Star Big Band. And I think they call it the Next Generation Festival now, but back then it was a part of the Monterey Jazz Festival, and so I was luckily enough to be a part of that program for 2 years, and I got to hang out with Dizzy. We got to go to Japan for 2 summers. He, was an all-star big band that backed him up, and if it wasn't for him, I would not be here speaking with you this afternoon. Isn't that incredible? I mean, and I don't know. I mean, he's done that. He did that throughout his life, for people. Where he brought on Paquito de Rivera from Cuba, some people over there, and mentored them over here. Sandoval, he brought him over. Definitely. And just so many things. When you told me that a few years back, I was just astonished, man, that he
he heard your your musicianship back then, 20 years ago or more, I guess, and tapped you on the shoulder and said, "Hey, young man, you got to go."
Yeah. It was the right move,
Yeah.
and I for me too, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and so that's also something that helped. But I mean, the most important thing that I learned about music, and mainly from my father, is that you have to always, of course, respect the music. But the one thing that Dizzy Gillespie said was, if you take care of the music will take care of you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Gilbert, you're doing so much here in the community, and I'm glad you stopped by real quickly because I know you got to go on and get your young lions roared up and get them going over there at the park today, and also your jam tonight. So if you haven't heard Gilbert, you have a chance tonight, to come out and hear him in 2 venues today.
Right. And actually, the main reason why I came on the show today was to really get the word out about a very special concert that I'm putting together with Joshua White, San Diego's own, our local hero here in San Diego. We're putting together a Herbie Hancock, Freddie Hubbard tribute that's taking place this Saturday night at 98 Bottles, and we're bringing the great Ralph Moore from Los Angeles to join us for the evening. It's a quintet along with Dean Hewlett on bass and Ryan Shaw on drums, but we're extremely thrilled to have Ralph Moore to come down and be a part of the unit. And if you don't know who Ralph Moore is, go home and Google him, or Google him right now. He's played with Freddie Hubbard, he's played with Horace Silver, he's played with Cedar Walton, he's played with the greats, and it's just going to be an honor and a pleasure to share the stage with them this Saturday. And I wanted to say one more thing. I wanted to offer free tickets to the show tonight to the first person that can answer this trivia question.
What you probably need to do on that is put it on your website.
Yeah, I want you guys to look.
Because there's no way for people to call me.
Oh, yeah, you guys just go to my Facebook music page
and
inbox me the answer to this question. What Mongo Santa Maria hit was made famous that was an original Herbie Hancock composition? That's an easy one. So if it's a very famous Herbie Hancock composition that was made famous by the Mongo Santa Maria Band. If you can answer that, the first person to inbox me at my Facebook page, you will win a pair of tickets to the 9:30 show this Saturday at 98 Bottles. There's 2 shows. There's a 7:30 and a 9:30. So, and you can get your ticket online as well at the 98 Bottles website. Tickets are going fast and they're discounted right now, but the day of the show, the prices will go up just slightly. So please go out and get your tickets and show your love and support.
So many things are happening for Gilbert Castellanos. And one more thing I just want to say that I heard you a couple weekends ago up at
the Idlewild.
In Idlewild. And what was so great, not only did you play with Charles McPherson, but that huge orchestra of 30 people, that Seawolf Orchestra, was fantastic. Man, the charts on that, it just blew me away.
That was so much fun.
That was a good day there.
It sure was. It was just a fantastic weekend for me.
And I don't hear Gilbert that much anymore because I'm doing so much stuff, and he is too, and we don't get together like we used to. But anyway, it's glad that he came by today and gave us a shout about all the things that he's doing here in this community. And do go and support some live music and support Gilbert Castellanos. And we'll go home with take you out with your federal jazz project you had back in 2013 for that great play. And we're going to get a number out of that after we do this. Thank you, Gilbert.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, KSDS.